living and non-living world, learning objectives, living things move, living things grow, living things reproduce, living things respond, living things breathe, living things need energy, relationship between living and non-living things. If you look around, you will see many kinds of things. Some of them are living, others are not. A living thing is one that has life in it. Things which don't have life are called non-living things. Sometimes it is not so easy to decide. Plants are living things but they do not play with balls or fly. Some non-living things show one or two characteristics of living things. Machines, such as toys with battery, can move. The car needs to be fed with petrol in order to move. Sometimes we make movable non-living objects. For example, we push or move kids' stroller. Living things can do many things which non-living things cannot. These characteristics make certain things as living things. Toy train. Women pushing stroller. Living things move. All living things move from place to place. Animals and humans move to find food, to find shelter, to avoid danger. Animals move in many different ways. A boy uses his legs to move. A fish swims with its fins. A monkey jumps tree to tree. A bird flies with its wings. A snake crawls. A bunny hops instead of walking. Plants also move. They cannot move as well as animals. They move their stems to face the sun, open and close flower and more. The sunflower turns its face towards sun. The leaves of the touch may not plant close when they are touched. A tree has roots to fix itself firmly in the soil. It does not move but its roots move under the ground. Towards water, they move their stems and leaves towards light. You have even seen a ball move on its own. It cannot move when it wants to move. When you hit it, it is moved. Tree roots underground. When we kick football, it moves. Living things grow. Have you ever watched growing animals? Baby brothers or sisters, kittens, lambs or fish? A baby grows into an adult. Like you, other living things also grow. Over a period of time, they grow and develop into adults. A frog begins its life as a tadpole, then turns into an adult frog. A plant also starts its life as a seed. A seed grows into a small plant called a seedling. The seedling grows into a big plant. You look around your classroom. You see blackboard, bag, book, desk, pencil, etc. When you move to the higher class next year, do these things increase in size? They will never increase. They will always remain in same size because they are non-living things. Classroom. Living things reproduce. Animals and plants have the ability and opportunity to reproduce, to create offspring. Reproduction is the process of one or more living things creating another living things. You created by your parents. A mother and father dog reproduce, creating puppies. Animals produce their own kinds by different ways. Animals like birds, fish, reptiles and insects lay eggs. Each egg hatches into a young. Most plants reproduce by seeds. Each seed contains a baby plant inside it. This baby plant grows into a new plant. Some plants reproduce with the help of their stems or leaves or roots. Sci facts. By reproducing, living things are able to pass on their characteristics to another generation. A bird laying by eggs. A seed germinating and changing into tree. Some plants reproduce by stem, money plant. Living things respond. All living things respond to the environment around them. Most living things have sense organs like eyes, nose, ears, tongue and skin to respond to the environment around them. What happens when you touch a hot or cold object? You take your hand away from the object. It happens so because you have 5 sense organs such as eyes, ears, nose, tongue and skin. A buffalo jumps if you prick a needle to it. Plants do not have sense organs but they also feel. The leaves of touch may not plant fold up when you touch. Non-living things do not feel anything. If you throw a doll, she does not cry. Kid taking away hand from the heat. Buffalo jumping while being pricked with a needle. Leaves of touch may not plant. Living things breathe. Living things need air to live. This air is present around us. Living things have some kind of opening through which air can enter the body. Humans, dogs, cats, cows and horses breathe through their noses. Some animals like cockroaches and mosquitoes breathe through tiny holes. Plants breathe air through tiny holes in their leaves. These holes are called stomata. Fish breathe through gills. Non-living things do not breathe. Living things need energy. Living things need energy to do all activities. We get energy from food. Food helps us to grow and stay alive. All living things take in food with their mouth. Green plants make their own food with air, water and sunlight. They do not need to go in search of food. Kids eating food. Cow eating grass. Plants taking sunlight. Do you give food to your doll? No, non-living things do not need food. Relationship between living and non-living things. So far you have learned about the features of living things. Do you know that living things also depend on non-living things? Living things depend on non-living things. For their survival and growth, they depend on the environment for air, water, soil, food and shelter. For example, living things breathe air to live but air is a non-living thing. Similarly, plants grow on soil which is a non-living thing. Summary. All plants, animals and human beings are living things. All living things move from place to place. All living things grow and develop into adults. All living things have the ability to reproduce. All living things respond to the environment around them. Living things need air to live. Living things need energy to do all activities. Non-living things do not grow, move, feel, reproduce or breathe.